Today we're on Rock Island. We're gonna hike the Thardarson Loop Trail. This is Michigan Avenue. Gonna take us all around Rock Island. We've got about 5 hours to do the loop, and I think it's about a 5-mile loop, so you know, if I'm able to do a half hour, a mile, should be in good shape. Here we are at the top of the beach on the south side of the island. Got a pelican out there. Gorgeous day. Breeze is out of the northwest. It's gonna be a fun downhill. You're either gonna watch me succeed or watch me bite it. That wasn't too bad at all. All right, on to the Thardarson, which according to the sign is now a 6.5-mile loop, not a 5-mile loop. This is the Rutabaga Field. That's the way I came. Blueberry Trail, and the boat is a half-mile that way if I choose to give up now. But we're gonna keep going. Here we have another idyllic section of beach facing south. That's pure open water, Lake Michigan. Back in this direction, on the edge of the horizon, we can make out some of Detroit Island. Then we have Washington here, here, and then we have this little inlet for Rock Island. Note, we are here. We came from over here, we went here, here. We still have to go this whole giant loop. So let's get on with it. Nestled here among the cedars are remote campsites A and B. Looks like nobody's using them, but from a remote campsite perspective, there's no better campsite that I can recommend than the remote sites on Rock Island where you have to backpack in and out. We've reached sites E, D, and C. Sites also come with an outhouse there, as you can see. I'm gonna see if I can hike into Site E, since it doesn't look like anybody's using it currently, and have a look around. Okay, well, it looked like there were some people over at Site E, so I'm gonna skip that. I didn't barge in, I just saw some camp stuff at a distance. I'm gonna take a quick look at D, see what's there. So, Site D is empty. There's a nice little campfire area. Of course, you have your obligatory picnic table. Plenty of spaces to set up a tent in the shade if you wish, or in the sun. A couple of robins over there. And you have, well, I was gonna say lake access, but it's really more of a cliff. I'm gonna extend out here. I could have sworn there was a way down to the water, but evidently there is not. So Site D stands for doom if you decide to try and cannonball off this cliff. Hey, pelican, break. We have a snake. You see him in there? And there he goes. Probably just a garter. Okay, later, snake. It's time for a weird tree break. This weird tree can't decide what it's doing, if it's living, if it's dying, where its branches are going. Pretty gnarly, no? And that concludes Weird Tree Break. Here we are, about a third of the way in. We've got the half-mile trail, which is 1.2 miles back to the dock. We've got the Thardarson, which is 2.2 miles to the lighthouse. And there's a reason I know this. Back the way we came is 2 miles. And this is where a tiny little village was, and somebody needs to desperately redo this sign. As well as the "You Are Here" sign, that took a beating. We're kind of in this vicinity. We got this long stretch of Thardarson to go to get up to the lighthouse. But again, absolutely gorgeous day. Also got the old water tower just up ahead we'll take a look at. So I think this is supposed to be the old water tower marker, although I don't see much from a water perspective, just a tower. There's no way up to the top, and there's absolutely no climbing on building. Right? Absolutely no climbing on building. That's fine. Yep, we got pipes. Maybe the water was supposed to be up above. And then somebody did this little trick where you cut out all the kerfs and you bend it around the portal. Department of Natural Resources, building number 4231, for your historical reference. The back stretch of the Thordarson here is a little more wild and untamed than other stretches. I don't believe they cleared this part for UTV access. So we're gonna see how she goes through here. So the back half of the Thordarson kind of runs across a very steep bluff. If you're not careful, it's a long way down. I'd estimate it's probably 100 feet to the water through several bounces and collisions with trees. But you'll hit the water eventually, don't worry. Keep on going. Remember what I said about it's a long way down? Well, this is the edge of the trail, and that is like a 30-40 foot drop, followed by another 30-40 foot drop to the water. Look out below. I'm gonna try not to fall to my doom while I give you a shot here, but out in the distance, I believe, is the St. Martin Island, or Poverty Island. Poverty Island might be the one past St. Martin. I doubt you can see it on the GoPro, but it's on the horizon. So literally about 50 feet back, I pulled a tree that was falling across the trail down into the woods. But I didn't bring my chainsaw for this sucker, so this is somebody else's problem. Someone else's problem, nothing to see here. Move right along now, please. I'm continually impressed with how cedars manage to grow on sheer rock faces like this. It's just phenomenal. They persist. They're the most persistent trees I think I've ever seen. The trail on the Thordarson has turned inward. This is probably the stint that connects with the fern trail up ahead. And then we can continue on the back section up to the lighthouse. Obviously, this terrain is not for the easily disfooted or the easily twisted of ankle. Remember that part about this not being for the sure-footed? Here's a fairly significant chunk that'll require sure-footedness. Nice picture of that rock, though. Nice picture of the rock. Fresh off that uphill, we are now here. We were down here, we worked our way along the lake and up. Now we gotta finish this loop to the lighthouse and back down. And those are our signs. The Fernwood is a short way back, the lighthouse is a long way. And we're going the long way. We've reached the lighthouse. It's just in this clearing up ahead. All I have to do is make it down this hill in one piece. No, I don't know what that little shack is, but it's not the lighthouse. It's probably the doghouse. We are at the lighthouse. There's the lighthouse. The sign said the stairs from the lighthouse down to the beach are open. Proceed at your own risk. So we're going to. What could possibly go wrong? Death around every corner, trip, fall, all that good stuff. Let's see what's going on down here. So I'm pretty sure that's St. Martin Island in the distance. Somewhere down there is the beach, and these are the stairs. Proceed at your own risk, they said. These are quite possibly the steepest set of stairs I've ever seen. But they seem pretty solid right now. I'm not looking forward to going back up these stairs, however. Down is the easy part, right? Down is definitely the easy part. Oh, and here we are. The beach of the Potawatomi Lighthouse on the shores of Lake Michigan. Where sea meets sky and wave meets rock. After about 4 miles, your feet want this just as badly as mine do. Oh, that's cold. And slippery. Cold and slippery. Whew. Well, either I made it back up those stairs, or I'm just recording this twice in the same spot while breathing heavier. I'll let you be the judge. But I've got quite an uphill ahead of me as well. Before I finish my run up back to the top of the lighthouse, I just thought I'd take a quick gander at this massive hole in the rock that I don't really remember being here. But this is a bona fide cave. So here we are in a cave. It's a lesser known fact that the oldest brick structure in the state of Wisconsin is this outhouse. Now granted, it's probably had a facelift in the couple hundred years it's been here. I forget how long exactly, but yeah, they have a more modern outhouse a little ways away. I think we're gonna go visit that before we work our way back. But you're looking at the oldest building in Wisconsin. It's not for sale or rent. It's not on Airbnb. Don't even think about it. We're leaving the lighthouse now to take the last leg of the journey back to the boathouse. I think after a brief uphill, it's all downhill from here. All right, fingers crossed it's mostly downhill from here. That remains to be seen, because I honestly forget how this trail keeps going. There might be a brief uphill somewhere in here. There's the Fernwood Trail. So we're coming up on the gate, and it's not very well advertised, but over there is the Have-em-all Trail, which kind of cuts across the island. We're coming up on the gate to Rock Island. Now normally you're meant to come at it from the opposite side, but hey, we came at it from this side. They really walled this thing off. Too many people must have been trying to climb it. And we have a very, very tattered carving board. The question is, are my carvings still in here? I have no idea. I don't even remember what I would have carved on here. I feel like I'm gonna have to bring a cordless Dremel. And there we have it. The boathouse straight ahead. A stunning view of Jackson Harbor to the right. Finally, we've reached the boathouse. Now the downstairs is open, so you can actually see inside. Hello, duck. Hello, dead bird. Hope you died of natural causes. Let's see what we got cooking in here. The birds love to build their nests in here. So you can see they just pull some boats right in. Beautiful structure. Surreal lighting. There was a downstairs. I don't think they actually let anybody in that space though. Here we are on the upstairs side. The interior looks pretty empty. We should be able to pop in there next. By the way, no diving. I mean, I can see why someone might, but I wouldn't just the same. There's the other gateway into Rock Island State Park. Going to the second level. Of the great boathouse hall. Looks like I've got the place to myself. This would be quite the Airbnb. Don't even think about it. Beautiful stonework, beautiful woodwork. Absolutely gorgeous view of the boathouse. There's nobody here today. That's amazing. Alright, we'll get a look down below. Oh, geography lesson. Jackson Harbor is here. Rock Island's here. The boathouse is somewhere around here. This was St. Martin here. This is Gravelly Gull, Little Gull. This is Poverty. This is Summer. This is Little Summer. This might be Michigan. That's your quick geography lesson of today. There's also a Fisherman's Shoal and Fish Island over there. And you've got Detroit, Plum, Pilot, and the tip of Door County. Rapidly running out of SD card space. So we'll give you the abridged tour here of all this beautiful hand-cut Icelandic, Nordic-inspired furniture. Definitely a lot of scenes. You really do need to come here and examine all these fine pieces of furniture in great detail to really understand what's going on here. And then of course, in the rear of the hall here is possibly the largest fireplace I've ever seen. I can only imagine what a roaring bonfire would look like inside this great hall, and the tremendous amount of heat this would put out. I mean, this thing, I'm 6 foot tall. I'm standing in the opening and I've still got a foot over my head. That's how massive this fireplace is. And then this was supposed to be the actual Thordarson vacation complex that was to be built. What we're standing in is just his boathouse. Can you imagine a structure like this? I mean, it's phenomenal. The sheer audacity and brilliance of the design. I'm sure you can't tell, but here comes the Carfy. Straight through the arch there. Looks like they're going into the waves a bit before they come over. Can't say I blame them.